Hey, there's a giant rat out here. Kev, he was moving so slow. He's under, oh, we're getting rats, fuck. He's moving slow, dude.
Did you see him?
Yeah, he's big.
We gotta move this trailer over the...
Watch.
Oh, right here.
He needs to die. Unfortunately, he's not okay. And this lights up at night back here. I didn't put them on. But no, but isn't this cool? Yeah. Like, hey man, you know, so you got a place to sit down that's cool. Let's go put a little bigger shade here. We were rocking this barbecue, weren't we?
Yeah, we were crushing it.
Bubba jumped down, I'm like, let him go. I thought I'd be cooking. Bubba was just like, oh, as soon as he got in there. And then Josue was having fun, so I let them both get in. And I just was like bouncing around, talking to people. How drunk was I? Was it that drunk?
No, it wasn't that bad.
Because Katie said, you were lit up. I said, I was lit up, but not lit. I did make sure I prepped before I went to bed. Shotgun 2 glasses of water. Not stupid. Got up at 3, shotgun 2 or 3 more. And I shotgunned a couple in the middle of the night because I was like, I do not want to be hungover. I still kind of was yesterday. I like took it easy, watched some football, and cleaned up out here. And yes, this will be final payment. Full and final payment. How do you like my life, Luke? It's boring, isn't it? You gotta deal with my fucking attorneys. I got one good attorney, and these guys aren't it right now. One good attorney, these guys aren't it. They're just billing machines, and they pat themselves on the back. They're Ivy Leaguers. They suck.
Oh, they Ivy Leaguers. All right, who's this going? Keith, Phil?
Trying to find Luke pictures when I was in shape.
We're like the rooftop office.
You don't need to show him pictures.
Hank, you know you're on camera.
I just need to get in shape. I'm tired. I mean, that mediation was tiring yesterday.
I knew it was going to last a long time.
I know.
What time 7, 8 o'clock, right?
7:36.
Did I tell you that I was on the phone call during that deposition and my attorney was like, work for an appraiser, just working for appraisals. And she's like, oh yeah, which appraisal firm? And I said, Power Appraisers, Phil Coutu. And she's like, oh, Phil. She's like, I know Phil. She's like, well, I don't know Phil. I've never been involved in a case with him, but we all know Phil. I've read all his cases. She said, you know, I don't know if he's ever told you, but he's been involved in some really important cases in the state of Colorado that have actually like changed case law. And I'm like, yeah. She said, Phil likes to litigate. I'm like, oh yeah, Phil loves to litigate.
Which I really don't, though.
I know.
I really don't. It's like when they won't settle and you get to a point and they're trying to rip you off. It's like, all right, we got to litigate it. I hate litigating, but they think I like to litigate because I'm not the guy who goes away. Like, it's like Gates, right? It's like, I can't talk about the settlement, but 4.5 years fighting them. Yep. It's like American Family. Almost 7 years we fought them. That's why they think that, because what the insurance company does is they outmuscle you, right?
Yeah, they try to outweigh things.
They outmuscle you, but their shareholders get pissed off and it's like, whoa. You said we're going to beat this guy. We're 4 years in now. So, but most people are like, after 1.5 years, okay, let's just take the settlement, the low settlement. And I'm like, no, you know what? We're going to take 200 grand, but if they owe us 700, I'll wait the 3 years and you can pay me interest, statutory interest. So that's how it rolls. And so they make it like we like to litigate. And I'm like, no, you like to litigate because you should have paid the fair amount. We wouldn't be litigating. Litigation happens because there's 2 people and one person thinks something should be this, the other person thinks that. Now, if I'm the contractor and they're ripping everybody off and not paying for proper damage, as people know happens all the time because it's a business, we're going to get the proper number. So we don't want to litigate. The insurance company wants us to be their bitch and settle. And we decide, no, we're gonna like be honorable and settle for a fair number, and we're not gonna back down. That's it. So eventually, almost always, we win. You know, some of these cases go long, but we get, for the most part, we win because we're the one company that's willing to hang in there, and they know that now. So a lot of times we win more just because they know that we will hang in there. So then they got to do, there's two competing forces. We want to beat Philip and his companies, and holy cow, we're lawyers. We're going to rack this bill up and have a lot of egg on our face if we don't beat Philip's company. So a lot of the weaker attorneys will settle right away. The better attorneys will try to take a run sometimes, which sucks. So it's a double-handed sword, right? Our reputation really helps us settle, and an occasional, young pup new on the scene that wants to take a run at us, then we got to go put in the hard work, which is fine. We do it all the time. But their whole goal is to have people take less than they should deserve. It's a business model, right? Yeah. Deny, delay, and defend. That's the business model. And they'll all deny it, but being a professional adjuster, owning Frontier Adjusters, and being a large loss adjuster and running Citizens Florida and doing all kinds of claims for all these insurance companies, the stuff they ask you to do, like lowering your estimate and your opinions all the time, that's because they just want to save money, and they get away with it most of the time. If everybody stood up, there'd be a big issue. But very few people are willing to stand. Most people are sheeple, and we have sheeple of this world, and so that's a problem, because you want to surround yourself with people that stand up for truth, a man for all seasons. And most people, it's so exhausting. They just, okay, I'm done. And so, sometimes I wish I was honestly like that, because my life would be so much easier. But I don't know. It's like, come on. I was an adjuster. This is fair. How about all the times I'm on hail roofs? And the insurance guy's like, oh yeah, there's no damage here. And I'm like, what are you talking about? We got like bullet holes through the shingles. Yeah, well, it didn't go right through the mat. I'm like, well, the policy says we owe for direct physical damage. This guy's roof is toast in 3 years now. It should be lasting 30 years. So, that's where we're at. So you got to go fight with them, because what's the point of having insurance then? It's to indemnify you and make you whole. All right, I got to grab a call. Hey, Marcus. Looks way nicer.
Yeah.
They leaving it. They got to leave a little teeny bit of room on the edges, eh?
Here, right?
Just a teeny bit, yeah.
Here's a half inch, quarter inch.
Okay.
Over here.
Okay.
Looks good, right, Phil?
Just two guys, just those guys. Josue. He's an ice reporter. I'm joking, haha. I had the same trouble as him. Let's go, Josue. Let's go. Where are we going? Tokyo.
Tiene una orden a salir.
I'm a legal alien. I illegal alien. I'm a illegal alien. Okay, cool, that looks great. Just make sure you're blowing all the stuff down. They almost need the blower, like shh.
No get a blower.
Almost need to be just blowing down. Maybe you should run it up to them.
Sweep every time.
Yeah, but like you just get one little piece under there. It comes through if you miss something. They should just be giving it a light blow all the way down the hall. It does help. Okay, is our work done?
What's that?
Are we done?
Yeah.
Let's go.
Just wanted to make sure.
All right, boys.
I wanted you to see what they're
Hasta
doing.
la vista. Good work. All right, well, we got our first hotel job, or just a little bit of start, a little lipstick on a pig in Pensacola, and then hopefully it should turn into a bigger job and we get rocking and rolling. You get in with a few hotel owners and they'll have, or a management company, they have 80 hotels, but they're all around the country. So then like, hey, go here, right? Because it takes a lot of work to get in with them. And then once they trust you, then they keep you're a good contractor, they start feeding you work. Because, if you aren't a good contractor and they sometimes get these really low prices, okay, you just were like, no. And then they have problems because the crew just blows apart. Now they can't rent their rooms and their costs go up huge, You got 30 rooms going and all of a sudden the crew's gone, or they run into problems, or they're not producing, or they're not doing a nice finesse job. That's what we run into all the time, not a finesse job. And then it's got to be redone. The paint's got to be redone. The baseboard's got to be taken off and put back on. So that's a problem. Or the tubs, redo the tubs and the valves, and a couple of the valves are leaking, or a valve cracks and floods. Like, there's just lots of crews that really don't know what they're doing. Somehow we all got very old and we've kind of seen everything. That's why I think we should be blowing those floors down. Right now they're going to be good with the scrapers, but you got to be blowing that little bit of debris. It just gives it, just so you got a nice, clean, smooth fit, because it comes through. Plank flooring is cheap flooring. It's, you know, gonna last in a hotel 6-7 years. It's gonna look nice, and then it's done when the franchise turns over. But you don't want it to be done in 4 years. So we want to blow that, because everything comes through, because people are walking on it. So any little piece of dirt within 2-3 years, or a penny's on the ground, it will show.
What are some typical issues you see with crews?
A lot of times it's the quality, or if you advance them pay, they'll just take off. They can't handle the pressure. It's better just to have nice, good guys deal with them. Sometimes better have a little bit less experience, but you can show them how to do it right. We do like experience too. When you find the right guys, it's really, you know, when you come down to it, it's all about finding the good person, right? You can work with a good person. When you get some of these rotten guys, you can't really work with them. They're going to try to steal materials. They're going to try to womanize the girl at the front desk. Just lots of problems it creates. And you want to make sure you got crews that don't drink. You know, that aren't drinking every night. That's a huge problem. Then they're drinking on the property. And big problem. You know, sometimes with roofing crews, we've had that issue when they've been on a job for a long time. Like if they're going to let loose, you know, once every 2-3 weekends, that's fine. We tell them keep it off the property. But if they have drinking problems, then they got to go, because it creates drama. Just like if you're dating somebody, you can love them, but if they're drinking all the time, you really can't be in the relationship, because they're not healthy, right? It's not going to be functional, that's for sure. So we're looking for functional relationships at Rooftop. It's infectious, right? You know, it's the one rotten apple can rot the whole barrel.
It's kind of an issue with construction sometimes too, because, you know, some construction people aren't necessarily, they have a lot of drinking problems in general sometimes. You know?
And a lot of times their standards are low. Like, it's better to get it done as right as possible. We got great crews, but they're only as good as our supervision. You got to watch them all the time. Sometimes they just make mistakes, but you just want to get it corrected right away. We expect mistakes. That's why we're stopping in there this morning. I think we should be, let's get our blower up there and just have them, you know, it's a little dusty, but shoot all that debris down. In case there's something, bobby pin. You don't want a bobby pin under a floor, you know?
It'll telegraph through.
Telegraphs through, right, Kev?
Everything
Telegraph, that's a great word.
Like,
what's the word of the day?
telegraph.
Telegraph.
Well, it's like my house that the landlord did the floors, and there's a couple spots where they got something underneath.
And you feel it on your feet.
Feel it.
So Luke just started. So Luke, I expect you to make no mistakes or you're fired. But at the admin level, yes, there's mistakes too. Everybody's always, you know, laziness kills. So don't be lazy. It's time to get in shape. If you want to not be lazy, get in shape.
For me, if I go check on a crew, if they're doing some work, I gotta look at it like, okay, if I gotta look at it as if this is my house, right? And be like, would I be okay with what they're doing, how that looks? If I'm not, then it's not okay for a customer either. You know what I mean? Because there's always, like Phil said, cutting corners. It's like, oh, I'll just get it fixed, but it's got to look right, and it's got to.
As soon as you hear yourself look, say, oh, I just got to get it fixed, you better question yourself in construction. As soon as you've always have to treat it like it's your house, because, you know, you'll hear me all the time on my house, like with a lot of my contractors, you guys, this is my house. I don't think so. But I'm like, you got to have that attitude on other people's houses too. Plus, you'll be happier. And you know, you can win jobs not at the lowest price. And you know, maybe we don't want those people that want the job at the lowest price. Because it's nothing but problems and their expectations aren't realistic. You can't get something to perform at a way lower price than the price it is meant to be done correctly and perform at. You just, it's Murphy's Law. It's God's law. I mean, it's just better to live by the grace of God and by the good values of the world. And every time I do that, I do good. And every time I have little voices in my head, something bad happens. So, you know, if I'll get 3 flat tires in a month, I'm like, what did I do? Oh, I probably shouldn't have did this. So I'm like, yep, I deserve the 3 flat tires. I'm a loser, baby. God, I got up at 1 till 3:30. I was
run that blower
too
up right
pumped
now,
up.
like us, huh?
Yeah, and I can hang out with Adam and Luke. I didn't just have a quick shower though. God, awesome.
And that was a great
Let's
run.
roll. I'm saying is that I listened to all the flat earthers, and these are not kooky nuggety guys.
Oh.
These were freaking scientists and guys putting up balloons to 8,000. They say you can't get through the firmament.
What?
It's all lie. Hold on. Even the asteroids go around. We can't go these lines. Now, we have all this. They also say NASA's a giant fraud.
The flat earther that blew up his rocket because he was trying to prove the
Okay,
Earth was
so
flat.
nobody's
reactor
gotten
or
through the
something.
firmament.
I've seen it.
The firmament's in the Bible. It says there's water up there. Those are sparkling stars. I don't understand. The firmament is in the Bible. I can't remember. I looked it up. It was 21 times God says there's a firmament. It's really fucking fascinating, you guys. So, I don't know.
What about the guy that did the laser test where he was shooting a laser across a lake and he thought that the line would line up right where it's supposed to, but then at the very end he's like, oh, it's way up there. Huh. So he like
Then that proves that it was rounded.
that there's
If
like
that's
curves to the
true,
Earth.
yeah. Because guys have done that and say no.
But then
it's
he's like,
not.
oh, it's not
Guys
working.
have done it.
Why isn't it working? Why isn't the laser
Well,
landing
because
through
then
the hole?
Earth is round. But there's guys that have done the laser test and they say that it should be like, like 300 feet up, and it's like 2 feet. So I'm saying, how do we know? Maybe we're a spinning saucer this way and we're a half beach ball. I don't know, man. This is more than custom. It's real epoxy butchering. This is the BBBQ, the Butcher Block Barbecue. Say it. Butcher Block Barbecue. Butcher Block Barbecue. This is the BBB. Here's our rotisserie. We had this thing rocking on the weekend. Everybody wants to buy them, but they don't have enough money. That's how it rolls. Because they didn't work hard. They sat on a bar stool too long. And that's what happens when you're 50. You either make it or you don't, right, AJ? You either spend too much time on that bar stool and you're like, oh, I can only make 30 bucks an hour. Hey, dude. Because you got to have all the fun the first 10 years, and now Daddy's having all the fun in the last 20. You need me to go with you?
You want to go?
I will go. Can you give me 4 minutes?
I can give you 10 minutes.
I need 10. Get in the office. Give me 10.
Right here, I'm just going to put this on the table. Real quick.
Check these out. John, check. You want to see a spatula?
Wow.
Is that awesome?
Let me feel it.
I could have hit
Dude, that thing is crazy.
That's what isn't that so much better for flipping
Oh my
stuff
God,
than the short
yes.
ones?
Yeah.
Also spank something with it.
Yeah. You need a boyfriend.
You might need a boyfriend.
No, I am not available. It looks good, guys.
No.
They did good on these cuts, dude.
Yeah, really good under the doors. That's good, Josue.
Thank you, man. Yeah.
I think you're good enough to put on the road. Back up.
He says you passed the test, you can go on the road now.
We're taking, it's Catalina's birthday today, and we are going to see her cousin in Fort Lauderdale, and that's Katie's brother Shane and his wife Victoria, and there's Leonora and a little guy Nicholas that's about 5 now, and we're gonna be there till Katsy and Katie are coming back Sunday because Katie's in her dance turn, or has her dance big recital coming, and so Katsy's coming back with her. She's now, oh my gosh, she's 10. Oh my God, she's a 10-year-old girl.